But one of the more stunning revelations yesterday was about CNN. Smollett testified that CNN anchor Don Lemon texted him at the time of the attack, sharing information that the Chicago Police Department did not believe Smollett's account of what happened. Dagan, what do you make of this?
Journalistic ethics brought to you by CNN. A little, maybe not surprising after what we've seen Chris Cuomo do at the network and what we've seen Jeff Zucker tolerate in terms of Chris Cuomo's behavior. Cuomo now saying that Zucker knew everything that was going on, knew all along his discussions and work for and with his brother. But now this revelation, the bigger question is, so Discovery is merging with CNN's parent company. It's going to be Warner Brothers Discovery, maybe the merger complete by the middle of next year. What does David Zaslav have to say and do about Zucker and CNN, or John Malone, who's a major shareholder in Discovery, on the board of Discovery? Like, is this enough to make them get rid of CNN? That hasn't been the indication in the past, but if they keep it, I would expect some changes would be afoot in how this network is run.
Well, John Malone was interviewed recently, and he said he would like to see CNN go back to news. And you wonder what that looks like, CNN going back to news and taking all of those opinionated people out of there. Brandon, what are your thoughts on what that might look like?
Well, my head is spinning from this entire ordeal, I'll be honest with you. I mean, first we get a hate crime, then we get a ruse that's covering it up, then we get the CNN involvement, the mainstream media perhaps helping to cover this up. I'm just wondering what Act 4 is here. Is this going to go full Scooby-Doo mode and the judge pulls his mask off and reveals who the whole mastermind is behind this mess? I mean, this story has just become ridiculous.
Well, it's not new, Brandon. I mean, as I mentioned yesterday, this is a CNN story, not a Cuomo story. The network has just ignored truth now for 5 years, been unable. There was a real inability to cover Donald Trump fairly, and they reported that there was Russia collusion for years, misleading viewers significantly, with Jake Tapper among one of the first people out there reporting on this Steele dossier. As if it was anything, we know now for a fact that it was all a big lie, and it was Hillary Clinton trying to take down her political opponent. But that all was front and center on CNN for several years.
Government, let me tell y'all motherfuckers something. I'm telling you, shit is real. Shit is getting real. Woo! I'm telling you, shit is real. Shit is getting real. Woo!
Now, considering the crash dummies used to nail Robert Kelly to the cross were not even able to identify the man's real manager, it said a lot to me about these platforms that were being used to facilitate the narratives. So it should be no surprise that these people latch on to real stories and manipulate the public's perception. At the end of the day, I still find it ironic the things being overlooked by platforms like CNN, who were used to destroy Robert Kelly's name, and shift your attention from real victims to these crash dummies.
I talked to Angela now. You got to get rid of Mason, and you have to get rid of this publicist, because they are working with Avenatti. This was a whole, like, this Gail King thing. They knew about this from like weeks ago, like they've been planning this. I know you don't probably want to listen to me, but please, you cannot let him do this interview on Monday for CNN. Like, all this stuff is a plan to just like put you apart and make shit worse.
Cannot let who do an interview?
This Daryl Johnson guy. The guy who's supposed to be like the publicist or whatever.
Rip me apart how?
Get you away?
Rip me apart how?
Like, it's just all staged. Like, I don't know.
No. Just be specific. Be specific. Rip me apart how?
I don't know the how.
Okay, I want you to find out. I want you to find out how and let me know.